Last spring, my first-year composition students and I took up the questions raised by ChatGPT around academic writing and writing in general. Questions about authenticity, about accuracy, about style, about critical thinking, and more. And we reached the conclusion that all of these questions boil down to a larger question having to do with ethics. That is, can we trust people to do the right thing, to be honest, to not use ChatGPT to try to fool someone? And this is the real fear of educators, right? That a student will submit a ChatGPT generated text as their own, pass it off as their own. And instead of doing the hard work of learning how to think and how to compose, they'll just command ChatGPT to generate the work for them. And we presume that the temptation is great because ChatGPT is free and it's easy to use and it does a pretty darn good job of generating whatever kind of text you ask it to, and it's really hard to detect. In many ways, this is a question of plagiarism, but it's a kind of plagiarism that's harder to detect than the conventional kind, because an instructor who has a suspicious passage plugs it into Google, searching for a source. If ChatGPT generated that text, no source comes up, and so there's no proof that the student plagiarized. And in any case, it's a form of plagiarism that is different in that, in a way, it's a victimless crime. There's no real human being who suffers from having their language or their ideas stolen here. The machine doesn't care what you do with the output or whether you credit it or not. And so, in a way, perhaps, that increases the temptation to misuse it. So that's the great fear. A student uses ChatGPT to generate their essay. The instructor can't detect it. They give it a passing grade, and the student has then gotten away with something. And the problem is greater than calling into question the integrity of that particular assignment or even that particular classroom. It really calls into question the integrity of the whole educational enterprise, right? Because if students can so easily defraud their instructors and their school and walk out with a diploma, then that diploma is really worthless, right? It says nothing of value about the authentic knowledge and capabilities of that student. And if the diploma is worthless, then the whole enterprise is worthless. So such are the stakes around ChatGPT in education. Little wonder then that schools are scrambling to contain the risk, getting students, for example, to pledge not to submit ChatGPT generated text, or otherwise looking to establish policies around what might count as the legitimate use of ChatGPT. And it's no easy task because the tool is so new and so versatile that all of these efforts really aren't much more than stabs in the dark, trying to contain something that nobody really completely understands yet. And so in light of that, I contend that a more sustainable, constructive, long-term solution really begins with engaging this question of ethics directly with students, directly in the classroom. And anyway, I believe writing is always an activity that engages the question of ethics. And so writing instruction really is a very valuable, fertile arena in which to begin working through the implications of generative AI in education. So that's where we'll pick up again next time.